If you're feeling burning, tingling, numbness, or sharp pain in your feet, hands, legs, or arms, if your legs feel like they're being shocked with every step, if you avoid sleep because the pain wakes you up at 2, 3, or 4 in the morning with stabbing, unbearable jolts, if standing or walking has become a daily struggle, if you find yourself massaging your feet every night just to get a few hours of rest, and especially if a doctor has ever told you there's nothing else we can do, then what you're about to discover could change everything, because there is a new approach now bringing real, lasting relief from nerve pain, from burning, tingling, and numbness in the legs, feet, hands, or arms, and you might be shocked to learn what's actually behind it. Most people have no idea. But the true cause of severe nerve pain has far less to do with structural damage or aging than we've all been told. In fact, nearly 95% of adults over 50 show some level of nerve degeneration, but most of them feel no pain at all. And that's where the real problem begins. It doesn't matter how many painkillers you take or how many therapies you try, you're usually just muting the symptoms without ever addressing the real cause of chronic pain, which proves something important. Living with neuropathy has never been your fault. Most people believe nerve pain comes with age, or that it's caused by diabetes, poor circulation, or just getting older. You've tried going to bed earlier, you've been to doctors, you've done the physical therapy, and still, you wake up with your nerves on fire. Your energy is drained, your mind is exhausted, and the worst part, you've gone through the whole cycle, appointments, tests, prescriptions, and what do they say? Just take this. It's your age. That's normal. It's anxiety. It'll go away. Then come the medications, gabapentin, amitriptyline, pregabalin, duloxetine. These are some of the most prescribed drugs for nerve pain in the United States. Gabapentin alone, more than 64 million prescriptions every single year. And still the number of people living with chronic pain just keeps rising. In 2023, the global pain medication market passed $85 billion, and more than half of those patients are still suffering. Why? Because the system wasn't designed to heal. It was built to manage, to suppress, to prolong. It's as if modern medicine stopped trying to find the cause and instead learned how to manage the suffering. But here's the truth. In almost every case I've seen over the years, including my own father, there was one thing in common: a lack, a simple yet devastating deficiency, something that should naturally be present in your body but has been slowly vanishing with age, stress, processed food, and medication. And when that's missing, the nerves become inflamed. Your body's natural protection begins to break down, and your system quietly starts to collapse from the inside out. You feel shocks, burning, cramps, numbness, but the tests don't show anything. Doctors say it's normal, and you start to doubt yourself, but it's not normal, and you're not imagining it. What's happening to you is real, and it's affecting millions of adults over 50 at this very moment, yet no one is talking about it, because it doesn't show up in routine blood work, because this deficiency doesn't generate monthly profits, because once it's corrected, it breaks the cycle of pain. And that's why I'm here, to show you what's really going on, with evidence, with reason, with respect. Just a few days ago, I sat down for a conversation I never thought I'd record, and during that moment I was able to open up completely, not just as a doctor, a researcher, or a writer, but as a son, as someone who has seen firsthand what happens when the body gets what it needs and begins to respond. Whether you arrived here through a link, a post, or an ad, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you're here now, and what you're about to watch is unlike anything you've seen before. No filters, no hype, just the truth. Watch it while it's still available. A few days ago I received an unexpected call. It was from the production team of a podcast called RZ Healthcast, hosted by a professional named Lisa. They had a very different kind of proposal. They wanted me to speak with no filters, to tell the truth most people refuse to face, to share what I've discovered and what's really behind the nerve pain so many are living with. At first, I hesitated. I knew the pharmaceutical industry doesn't like it when you challenge the system, when you reveal that the true cause of pain isn't found in expensive medications, but in something simple, a vital vitamin that most people have never even heard of. I thought about the risks, the backlash, the consequences that might follow. Others had been invited before me, but none of them had the courage to speak openly, maybe out of fear or pressure from the system, and I understand that. But my purpose is bigger than that. I couldn't stay silent anymore. I couldn't stand by while my own father and millions of others keep suffering without answers. That's why I said yes, because science doesn't lie. Studies from Harvard, Tufts, and other world-renowned institutions show that over 70% of adults over 50 are deficient in this critical vitamin, a nutrient that plays a key role in protecting your nerves. This vitamin acts like a shield, a natural layer that prevents your nervous system from sending false pain signals. Without it, the body quietly begins to break down. The pain doesn't come from injury, it comes from a system that's lost its natural defense. And when we repair that failure, life can change. I've seen it happen with my own eyes. This same vitamin, the one that may be able to calm your pain, might already be inside your home right now, just in the wrong form. Yes, what's missing may be something simple, natural, and affordable, but your body may no longer know how how to absorb it properly, and what you're going to hear in this episode is the story of that discovery. A true story, a scientific story, a transformative one. If you've ever wondered why the pain never goes away, or why the medications they gave you didn't work, now you're going to understand why. And I'll walk you through step by step exactly what to do about it. This episode isn't just another podcast. It's a chance to change everything, to reconnect with your health, and to finally understand pain is not normal. So stay with me, because the best is yet to come.
Hello, RZ Healthcast listeners. I'm Lisa Carter, a health journalist for over 20 years, passionate about conversations that genuinely help people. Today, before anything else, I want to ask you, don't treat this episode like just another health segment. Because, and I don't say this lightly, what we're about to reveal here could truly change everything you believe about pain, aging, and quality of life. If you feel numbness, burning, or tingling, if you've tried everything, and if you feel like your body is speaking to you, but no one seems to understand what it's saying, this episode was made for you. Now, let me share something from behind the scenes. This episode almost didn't happen. When we decided to take on the topic of nerve pain and the failure of traditional treatments, the RZcast team reached out to several specialists, and most of them responded with, "I'd rather not get involved. That's a sensitive topic. This could cause trouble." We almost gave up. Until, in one of our last calls, we contacted a doctor, and he said, "If you're brave enough to let the truth go on air, I'm in." Today, the mic is live, and he's here. Our guest on today's episode is one of the most respected professionals in integrative medicine in the United States. He's an orthopedic doctor, a researcher with over 25 years of experience, and the author of books like Silent Neuroinflammation and The Pain No One Sees, as well as co-author of studies published by the Journal of Clinical Neurology, Harvard Health Publishing, and the UCLA Brain Research Institute. He has spoken at universities like Stanford, Tufts, and the University of Tokyo, and currently leads a research front focused on neuropathic pain in adults over 50. But, more important than the resume, is his purpose. A purpose to expose what no one is saying, and to show the natural and truthful path that can free you from pain. If you feel pain in your feet, electric shocks, tingling, or if you've ever woken up in the middle of the night with an unexplained burning sensation, stay with us. Because today's episode is going to talk about a recent discovery that may lie behind all of it. A simple discovery, but one that changes everything.
So get comfortable because the podcast starts right now.
Dr. David Reed, welcome.
Thank you, Lisa. It's a pleasure to be here, especially to talk about something that's affecting millions of people and is still being ignored.
Dr. David, I'd like to start with something you mentioned behind the scenes. You spoke about a missing vitamin, something simple that could be lacking in people over 50, and that might actually be the true cause behind this pain no one seems to explain. Can you explain that better?
Of course, Lisa. Think of it like this. Our nerves are like electrical wires, and just like those wires, they need a protective coating, an insulator, called the myelin sheath. Without that protection, the nerves become exposed, vulnerable, and they start sending pain signals to the brain even when there's no actual injury. Now here's the real shocker. Recent research from Harvard Medical School has identified a specific vitamin that acts like a natural shield for the myelin. This vitamin is crucial for keeping nerves healthy, protected, and quiet. But, and this is where it gets alarming, over 70% of adults over 51 are deficient in this vitamin and have no idea.
Wow. So what happens to the body when it's missing this vitamin?
What happens is exactly what thousands of people are experiencing right now. Burning in the feet, random shocks, numbness in the hands, trouble walking, that constant tingling. And the worst part, most of the treatments out there, things like gabapentin or cortisone shots, they just cover up the symptoms. They don't fix the root cause.
So this isn't just aging or diabetes.
Exactly. For years, we've blamed nerve pain on aging or conditions like diabetes, but now we know the real trigger is this missing vitamin blockade. Without it, your nerves begin to break down, and your body can't fight off the inflammation that attacks the protective coating around those nerves, which is exactly where the pain starts.
That explains why so many people are still suffering, even when they're doing everything right, huh?
Exactly. They take the meds the doctor gave them, they do physical therapy, they change their diet, but they're still in pain because no one's talking about the real cause. The good news, there is a natural, safe way to restore this vitamin and rebuild that protection around the nerves. And that's exactly what I came here to share today.
So stay with us, because in the next few minutes, Dr. Reed is going to walk you through exactly how this discovery can help you finally break free from neuropathic pain, naturally, and without relying on harsh medications. Dr. David, what you're saying honestly scares me a little, because I know several people who are going through exactly this: pain with no explanation, electric shocks, tingling, trouble sleeping, and the worst part, they think it's normal, just part of getting older.
Lisa, that's the biggest mistake we're making right now. Thinking that living with pain is normal, that it's just part of life after 60, but it's not. The truth is, this kind of pain shouldn't exist. And worse, this blue vitamin deficiency is quietly spreading.
Blue vitamin? Is that really its name?
That's what we in the medical community call this essential compound. It does have a scientific name, of course, but we call it the blue vitamin for a reason. It acts like a bright blue shield, protecting your nerves. Without it, your nerves are left exposed, like stripped electrical wires. Picture a wire with no insulation out in the open. What happens?
It starts to burn, spark, maybe even short circuit.
Exactly. That's what happens inside the human body. Without the blue vitamin, you lose that insulation and your nerves start misfiring uncontrollably, burning in the feet and hands, pins and needles, numbness, muscle cramps, trouble walking, even loss of balance.
If you're listening right now and any of that sounds familiar, stay with us because what we're about to share might truly change your life.
And there's more, Lisa. You know what's even more heartbreaking? Most of these people are being treated with drugs that only silence the alarm, but the fire, it's still burning, quietly destroying their nerves.
So, the medications that bring short-term relief are actually letting the problem get worse?
Yes. And that's the core flaw in our current system. It treats pain like the enemy, when in truth pain is a signal, a message from your body that something deeper is wrong. Ignoring that signal is like hearing a smoke alarm and pulling out the batteries.
Wow, I've never thought about it that way. That makes total sense.
I've seen it firsthand, Lisa. Amazing people, active men and women, slowly fade away without knowing why. It always starts with a strange little pain, then comes the burning, then the fear of falling, and soon they're stuck inside, too afraid to even go for a walk.
You're describing exactly what's happening to my aunt. She used to be full of energy. Now she's afraid to walk to her garden. She says it feels like the ground disappears under her feet.
Lisa, your aunt is not alone. Millions of people are going through this right now. And worse, they think it's their fault. But it's not. It's not your fault. You are not to blame for your pain. The blame lies with the lack of information, with the silence around this vitamin, and with how little care the mature body receives in our healthcare system.
But why isn't this on the news? Why aren't doctors talking about this?
Because it's a recent discovery, because it's not profitable for those selling monthly pain pills, and because it disrupts a system that's already broken. But today, right here, we're changing that. We're going to tell everything.
If you're in pain, if you feel like your body's giving out on you, and if someone's ever told you there's nothing you can do, stay with us. What Dr. Reed is about to share could be the key to your freedom. Dr. David, I think it's time you shared that story you told me before we started recording. That patient, what was her name again? Margaret, right?
Margaret, yes. Margaret Williams, 68 years old. She was, without a doubt, one of the most impactful cases of my entire career. And with her permission, I want to share her story here because she represents millions of people suffering in silence.
Of course, please go ahead.
Margaret was always active, a retired nurse married for over 40 years, grandmother of 5. She loved gardening, she hand-stitched. She was one of those people who lit up a room with her smile, but then the symptoms started. First a light tingling in her feet, then this strange burning sensation at night, and then came the shocks, the numbness.
It's like her body was shutting down.
Exactly. She told me it felt like her feet were disconnected from the rest of her body, like she'd step on the ground and have no idea if she'd fall or not. During the day, it was this constant feeling of instability. At night, the pain was unbearable, like something was burning inside her legs. She once told me, "Dr. Reed, it feels like there's an exposed wire inside me."
Oh my God, that's heartbreaking.
And you know what stuck with me the most, Lisa? She told me that last Christmas she couldn't get up from her chair to open presents with her grandkids. She just sat there smiling, pretending everything was fine. But inside, she was falling apart.
That part, that really hurts because it shows how this pain goes far beyond the body. It steals moments, it steals memories, it steals connection with the people we love.
Exactly. Neuropathy isn't just pain, it's loss of independence, it's shame, it's fear. Margaret spent months going from doctor to doctor. She spent nearly $18,000 on treatments, medications, physical therapy, electrostimulation, even acupuncture, and none of it worked because no one looked at the real culprit.
And when did you figure that out?
It was during a follow-up visit. She was about to agree to an experimental surgery. And one thing stood out. Her inflammation markers were elevated, but the test for B1, which should have been done from the start, had never even been requested. So we ran a full panel, and there it was, drastically low levels of the blue vitamin.
And no one had seen that before?
No one, because it's not part of the standard process, because conventional medicine treats symptoms, not root causes. That day we started a full protocol to restore Margaret's blue vitamin levels. We used high absorption supplements, made a few small dietary changes, and incorporated neural stimulation practices.
And when did she start noticing a difference?
On the fourth day, she messaged me, "Dr. Reed, I slept through the night, first time in months." By the third week, she walked by herself to the mailbox, something she hadn't done in nearly a year. And a month later, she sent me a photo, wearing her gardening apron, smiling with her hands in the soil. Today, I went back to my garden.
That's what this is all about. It's not just about stopping pain, it's about getting your life back.
Exactly. And I'm not just here to talk about Margaret, I'm here to show that this can happen for you too. If you're suffering from neuropathy symptoms, if you feel like your world is shrinking, you need to know there's a way out. And it starts with understanding what's behind it all, the blockage of the missing vitamin.
And in the next segment, Dr. Reed is going to explain exactly what the blue vitamin is, why it disappears over time, and how you can naturally restore the protection your body so desperately needs. So don't go anywhere. The next part might be the most important one of your life. Dr. David, this is all really powerful. But there's something I've been meaning to ask for a while now. How did you discover all of this? How did you come across this blue vitamin?
That's a great question, Lisa. And it wasn't easy. The truth is, I didn't stumble onto this by accident. I was forced to find it.
What do you mean?
2 years ago, my dad started showing some strange symptoms. He had always been a strong man, a retired engineer, steady hands, sharp mind, but all of a sudden, he started tripping in the house. He'd complain about shocks in his feet, said it felt like walking on hot stones, even on the living room carpet. The doctor said it was age. They gave him gabapentin, sent him to physical therapy, but nothing helped.
That's what a lot of people go through, right?
Exactly. And watching my dad, my hero, fade week after week, it was unbearable. One day, I walked into the room and found him just sitting there, staring into nothing, tears in his eyes. He said, "Son, I can't feel my feet anymore. I'm afraid of falling. And worse, I'm starting to forget things." That day, I promised I wouldn't stop until I figured out what was going on.
Wow, Dr. Reed, that's a powerful story.
I dove into every article I could find, international research, medical forums. I spoke with neuroscientists from Germany, Japan, Sweden, until I found a series of forgotten studies on active vitamin B1, which behind the scenes at Harvard, some researchers had started calling the blue shield, the blue vitamin, a key nutrient that protects the nerves, regenerates the myelin sheath, and blocks the silent inflammation behind nerve pain.
And no one was using this as treatment?
Almost no one. It was buried in technical publications, but every single symptom my dad had matched the cases of blue vitamin deficiency. I ordered a functional test, and there it was, extremely low levels of active B1. We started replenishing it immediately.
And how long did it take for him to feel a difference?
On the third day, he called me and said, "My feet are back." By the second week, he was walking the block again. And after 1 month, he sent me a photo wearing an apron, smiling with his hands in the dirt. Today, I went back to my garden.
That's what we're talking about here. It's not just about ending pain, it's about getting your life back.
Exactly. And I'm not here just to talk about my father. I'm here to show that this can happen for you too. That's why I created Relief Zenith.
Because that specific form of vitamin B1, the blue vitamin, isn't easy to find, right?
Right. Most pharmacies don't carry it. The standard form has low absorption, so we developed an advanced version with high bioavailability combined with natural anti-inflammatory extracts to attack the problem from all sides, rebuild the protective shield around the nerves, reduce inflammation in nerve endings, restore healthy electrical signaling.
And in the next segment, Dr. Reed is going to explain exactly what happens inside your body when you start restoring the blue vitamin. You'll understand why so many older Americans are walking again, sleeping better, and smiling without pain. Stay with us. This could change your life. Dr. David, by now I think everyone listening understands the importance of the blue vitamin, but I want to take it one step further. I want to understand and help our viewers visualize what exactly happens inside the body when this vitamin starts working again. Is the process fast, painful, reversible?
Lisa, that's one of the best questions you could ask, and I'm going to explain it in the simplest way possible because this really needs to be clear. Imagine your nerves are like high-speed highways. And the cars on those highways are electrical signals, messages going from your body to your brain and back again. Now imagine those highways are cracked, broken, full of potholes. That's what happens when your myelin sheath is damaged due to a lack of the blue vitamin.
So the signals that should travel straight start to get lost?
Exactly. That's where the symptoms come from. Tingling, like the signal is misfiring. Numbness, because the signal can't get through. Sharp pain, because without protection, the nerve behaves like an exposed wire. Now, when we start replenishing the blue vitamin, the body begins a fascinating process called remyelination.
Remyelination?
That's right. Think of it like rebuilding the pavement on those highways. With this vitamin, the body starts to repair the protective coating around the nerves. And once that coating is back in place, electrical signals can run smoothly again. Clean, quiet, efficient. It's like the body comes back into harmony.
Wow. And do people feel this right away?
Some do, others take a few days. It depends on the condition of the body. But here's what we see most often. First 3 days, deeper sleep, light relief in the hands or feet, less burning at night. First 2 weeks, reduced tingling, return of feeling in the fingertips, fewer cramps or muscle spasms. In 30 days, restored mobility, less pain when walking or standing. People describe a feeling of being unlocked. In 6 months, nerve regeneration becomes consistent. Motor functions improve, intense pain episodes nearly disappear, mood and energy levels rise significantly. Many say they feel years younger. In 1 year, the nervous system reaches a new level of stability. Memory, mental clarity, and focus improve dramatically. People begin living fully again, walking, traveling, moving without fear. It's like the body finally came home.
Dr. Reed, the way you talk about this, you can tell it's not just science to you. There's passion behind this.
Because I've seen what it did for my father, for Margaret, and for a patient named Rose, 74 years old, who started dancing again with her husband after 20 years.
You're talking about Rose from Ohio, right? You showed me a video of her before we started. Can we play that for the audience?
Absolutely. If the team can pull it up, this video says more than 1,000 words.
Hi, my name is Rose Taylor. I'm 74 years old and I live in Dayton, Ohio. For over 15 years, I lived with horrible pain in my feet. It felt like I was walking on hot coals. I tried everything, medications, therapies, even those expensive insoles. Nothing worked. I couldn't go out dancing with my husband anymore, and dancing was our joy. Then Dr. Reed told me about this thing called the blue vitamin, and honestly, I was skeptical, but I decided to try.
That gave me chills, Dr. Reed. It's not just about nerves, is it? It's about soul, about dignity, about feeling alive again.
That's exactly it, Lisa. Every story like Rose's reminds me why I do this, and it reinforces that this isn't just possible, it's necessary.
To you listening right now, maybe you've felt all of this, the shocks, the fear, the uncertainty, and maybe you're wondering, could this actually work for me too? Dr. Reed, does it work for anyone?
Yes, it works for anyone over 50 who's dealing with symptoms related to the loss of nerve protection. It doesn't matter if it's been 3 months or 10 years, if the nerve can still respond, it can regenerate. And even in more advanced cases, it's still possible to recover quality of life, to sleep better, to walk with confidence, to feel whole again.
And it all starts with such a simple step, doesn't it? Replenishing something your body lost. It just doesn't seem fair to live with pain when there's such a natural solution available.
Exactly. But no one talks about it because it doesn't generate monthly profit. The industry would rather have you take pills forever, but the truth is, you don't have to live in pain. And in the next segment, I'll show you how Relief Zenith was designed to deliver this complete recovery. We'll go over the ingredients, the dosages, and the research that made us fully trust this formula.
Stay with us. If you've made it this far, you already know this isn't about trying something new. It's about taking your life back. Dr. David, now tell me something. That bottle right there, Relief Zenith, what exactly is inside it? Because looking at the ingredient list, most people, myself included, don't really know what any of that means. Can you walk us through ingredient by ingredient and explain why each one is there?
Of course, Lisa. This formula is the result of nearly 2 years of development, and it all started with one mission: to reactivate the body's natural nerve shield. And the first step was to include what we call the blue vitamin, which is active thiamine, a highly absorbable form of vitamin B1. But the real magic happens when we combine that with other natural ingredients that work together, like a complete support team.
So it's like an entire team working together to protect the nerves?
Exactly. And I'll break each one down now. Passion flower herb powder. This plant, also known as passion flower, helps calm the central nervous system. It reduces the overactivity of damaged nerves, which helps lower those electric shock sensations people often feel. It's like turning down the volume on pain.
So it helps the brain stop hearing those false pain signals?
Exactly. Marshmallow root. No, it has nothing to do with the candy. This root is rich in mucilage, a kind of natural gel that coats and soothes inflamed tissues. It calms and protects the nerves while also improving circulation.
Wow, I didn't even know that existed.
Corydalis powder. This one's powerful. Used for centuries in traditional Chinese medicine, it blocks specific pain receptors. It works almost like a natural painkiller. It relieves symptoms without dependency or rebound effects.
Wow. So it targets the source of the pain directly?
Yes, while the blue vitamin works on the root cause. Prickly pear, this is a super concentrated extract of prickly pear cactus packed with antioxidants. It helps fight systemic inflammation, especially in the peripheral nerves like the ones in your hands and feet.
So like a cleanup crew for inflammatory toxins?
Exactly that. California poppy seed. This is incredibly helpful for people who deal with nighttime pain or trouble sleeping due to neuropathy. It calms, relaxes, and helps the body shift into a state where it can start to heal.
And all of these ingredients, they're really natural?
100% natural, and they all work in synergy. Passion flower calms nerve signals. Marshmallow root protects tissues. Corydalis reduces pain spikes. Prickly pear cleans out inflammation. California poppy helps the body relax and regenerate. And all of this boosts the action of the blue vitamin.
And all of this has been tested, like clinically?
Yes. Every ingredient has published studies from places like Harvard, UCLA, and Karolinska Institute, and the full formula was developed under GMP manufacturing standards right here in the US. No synthetic additives, no stimulants, no dependency, and absorption very high.
So this isn't just another basic vitamin. It's a targeted formula designed to protect, restore, and finally put an end to the suffering caused by neuropathy.
That's right, Lisa. And in the next segment, I'll walk you through the clinical data and studies that prove just how effective this formula really is. We're not talking about guesswork here, we're talking about real results.
So if you want to see scientific proof, real numbers, and hear from people who've actually used it, stay with us. Because what's coming next might be the final push you need to make the most important health decision of your life. Dr. David, we've talked a lot about the symptoms, the root cause of neuropathy, and the natural ingredients behind Relief Zenith. But now I want to ask something I'm sure everyone at home is wondering. Is there actual scientific proof behind all this? Studies, data, research? Because honestly, there are a lot of empty promises out there.
That's exactly the right question, Lisa. And yes, there is proof, there is data, there is research. This isn't just a well-intentioned supplement, it's built on science. Let's start with the foundation, the blue vitamin or active thiamine. A study published by Harvard Medical School and Tufts University evaluated over 6,400 adults over the age of 50. And guess what they found? 7 out of 10 people with chronic pain in their feet, hands, or lower back had a deficiency in this vitamin. Even more alarming, those with the lowest levels were 3 times more likely to develop severe nerve symptoms.
7 out of 10? That's a huge number.
It is. And the worst part, most of them thought they were fine because they were taking cheap multivitamins. But those common B1 supplements, they have very poor absorption. Relief Zenith uses the active form called benfotiamine, a fat-soluble version that crosses cell membranes and reaches exactly where the nerve needs it.
And has that form been tested?
Yes. It was studied in a clinical trial published in the Journal of Clinical Pharmacology with 60 patients showing neuropathy symptoms. And the results were clear. 73% reported significant symptom relief within 4 weeks. The placebo group, only 18%.
Hey, can you cue up that video from Frank? Dr. Reed showed it to me before we started. It's about exactly this. It shows a real experience from someone who lived through this. Let's play it.
Hi, my name is Frank Harris. I'm 66 years old and I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. For over 5 years, I woke up with leg pain and constant tingling in my feet. It felt like stepping on needles. I tried everything, even electrical devices. Nothing worked. Then I heard about Relief Zenith. Honestly, I didn't expect much, but by week 3, I already noticed less pain.
What a powerful testimony, Dr. Reed. That's the kind of story that gives people hope.
Exactly. Science matters, but it's these real-life stories that show the true impact.
You mentioned benfotiamine. What about the other ingredients? Are they backed by science too?
Yes, every one of them. Corydalis was tested in a 2018 hospital trial in Beijing. It showed pain relief effects comparable to morphine, but without addiction risk. Marshmallow root was studied by European scientists. It reduced inflammation and helped regenerate damaged tissue in chronic nerve pain patients. California poppy was studied at UCLA. It increased deep sleep time by 38% and reduced nighttime pain episodes.
And even with all that, you still managed to keep the formula natural, safe, and non-toxic?
We did. Everything is produced here in the US, in an FDA-registered lab with GMP-certified standards of purity and traceability, no stimulants, no artificial coloring, no gluten, no sugar.
If you're watching this right now, this might be the first time someone has shown you a real path, backed by science, with real results. No gimmicks, no empty promises, just evidence, stories, and transformation.
And in the next segment, we'll break down everything: how to get Relief Zenith, what bonuses are included, and how long to use it to get results like Frank and thousands of others.
So stay with us. Coming up is the moment to take your first step toward real change. Dr. Reed, after everything you've explained, the blue vitamin, the hidden mechanism behind nerve pain, the clinical studies, the powerful testimonials, I imagine the question on everyone's mind right now is, okay, but how much is this going to cost me? Because honestly, something this advanced, with rare ingredients and real results, it probably isn't affordable for most people, right?
That's a fair question, Lisa. Truthfully, if we were going the traditional route, selling Relief Zenith through pharmacies or private clinics, a full 6-month treatment could easily cost $900 to $1,000. But from day one, our mission with Relief Zenith wasn't profit. It was real transformation. We wanted to create something that would be accessible to as many people as possible, especially those who, like you said earlier, have tried everything and are still suffering. So what did we decide? We created a special access campaign, available only to those watching this episode of the RZ Healthcast. It's a direct from manufacturer offer, backed by science and a full satisfaction guarantee.
So how does it work?
To raise awareness about the real cause of nerve pain and help as many people as possible, we've launched an exclusive campaign. If you order 3 bottles of Relief Zenith today, you'll receive 3 more absolutely free. That's 6 bottles for the price of 3, enough for a full 6-month treatment, which is the most recommended option for long-lasting results. But this offer is only available to viewers watching this program right now. That means you can claim 3 free bottles today if you act while this presentation is still live.
This sounds like an incredible opportunity. How can people take advantage of this offer?
Lisa, we've put together some special options just for those tuning in right now. With the 6-month treatment plan, each bottle comes out to just $49 and shipping is completely free. To secure your Relief Zenith kit, it's easy. Simply click the button right below this video, choose your plan, and complete your order. In just 2 to 5 business days, your bottles will be at your doorstep.
And what about those who aren't quite ready to commit to 6 full months?
No worries. We also offer the 3-month plan. You purchase 2 bottles and receive 1 free, giving you a powerful 90-day treatment. With this plan, each bottle is only $59.
What if someone just wants to try it out?
We thought about that too. There's also the option to purchase just 2 bottles for $158, which only covers the production and shipping costs. This is a safe and affordable way to experience the initial effects of Relief Zenith without a long-term commitment.
So there's a path for everyone?
Exactly. We believe healing begins with empowerment. That's why all these options come with fast, trackable shipping. Direct from our certified facilities here in the US, you'll receive your Relief Zenith in just 2 to 5 business days.
And just to confirm, at this very moment, there are only 119 bottles left?
That's correct. Relief Zenith production is limited for 2 reasons. First, our high-quality standards for imported ingredients. Second, the careful formulation process that ensures the right potency and absorption. So if you're seeing the button below still active, you're still within the promotional window, but that could change at any moment.
And for anyone still on the fence, is there any kind of guarantee?
Yes, you can try Relief Zenith with a full 60-day guarantee. If, for any reason, you don't feel improvement in your symptoms, just send us an email and we'll refund 100% of your payment. No red tape, because we truly want you to give your body this chance.
And for those who choose the 3 or 6 bottle plans, there are some special bonuses too, right?
Absolutely, Lisa. After witnessing the remarkable results of Relief Zenith, we wanted to make this breakthrough even more powerful for those starting the full treatment today. So we're offering 2 high-value digital bonuses completely free for anyone who orders 3 or 6 bottles right now. The first bonus is the ebook No Stress Forever, a practical guide with natural and effective techniques to reduce chronic stress, which is one of the main triggers of nerve pain. In this guide, I share simple, proven habits that help balance stress hormones, improve sleep, and even enhance the effects of Relief Zenith itself. I also included a morning ritual that's been used for generations in regions known for longevity, designed to calm the nervous system and reduce internal inflammation in the early hours of the day. You'll also discover how a common food might be silently sabotaging your health and what to do before bed to naturally stimulate collagen production and protect your brain from accelerated aging. Everything is backed by modern studies, but rooted in ancient wellness traditions.
That's fantastic. But there's another bonus, right?
Exactly. The second bonus is our exclusive ebook Shake Healing. Inside, you'll find therapeutic drink recipes you can make at home with simple ingredients that have powerful effects on the body. We've included formulas like the super drink, which helps naturally regulate blood sugar, ideal for those with insulin resistance, the morning juice, which supports healthy blood pressure and circulation, the heart smoothie, designed to help clear arteries and support heart health, and a special blend that targets visceral fat, improving metabolic response, especially for women over 60. There's also the Nitea, a calming tea used for centuries in Eastern medicine that improves sleep and strengthens the immune system. All of it comes with clear step-by-step instructions. You can enjoy these drinks at any stage of your treatment to boost the effects of Relief Zenith.
And you mentioned something about a third bonus for certain customers. Is that really included?
Yes, Lisa. To make this journey even more personalized, I've decided to open a direct line of contact with me and my team. The first 10 customers who order the full 6-bottle kit will receive access to an exclusive email channel where I can personally follow their progress and answer individual questions about the formula, daily routines, or how to integrate it with other natural approaches. You can message me as often as you'd like for 6 full months. I'll personally reply because I know how unique each case truly is. Of course, due to time limitations, this free consultation is limited to just 10 people. So if you want that extra level of guidance, I strongly recommend acting fast.
With all these benefits, it really feels like people need to grab their kit right now.
No doubt, Lisa. This is one of those rare opportunities that doesn't come around again. Just click the button below, choose your kit, and claim all these bonuses before we run out of stock or out of spots. This isn't just a treatment, it's a turning point in how you take care of your health and your freedom.
If all of this makes sense to you, if you've stayed with us this far, if your pain has kept you from living for far too long, then maybe today is the day.
Click the button below, choose the plan that fits your life, and give your body the chance, through science and nature, to do what it was designed to do: heal.
To sleep through the night, to get out of bed with confidence, to sit with your grandkids without pain, to walk around your neighborhood, to tend your garden, dance to your favorite music. You deserve all of that again. It just takes one step. Click now.
I want to talk to you now, not as a doctor, but as someone who understands what you're living through. I know how hard it is to look in the mirror and not recognize your own body. I know how frustrating it is to feel your energy fading away, the pain closing in, and hope drifting further and further from you. You're not alone in this, and it's not your fault. Close your eyes for just a moment. Feel the tension that's gripping your body right now. Feel the weight that keeps you from getting out of bed with ease. Feel the restlessness that steals your sleep. Now, picture the opposite. Picture a day when you wake up feeling light in your body, calm in your heart, and clear in your mind. Feel the warmth of freedom, the joy of moving without fear. That future is within reach. But to get there, you need to take a different step. I know that over the years you've heard words like normal, age, anxiety, but your body is telling you something completely different. It's asking for help. It's begging for real care. And that help begins with a simple nutrient invisible to the eye, the blue vitamin, which protects your nerves and stops this silent pain from taking over your life. Now tell me honestly, how long will you keep letting pain make the rules? How long will you allow yourself to live less than what you truly deserve? You deserve so much more. You deserve a full, vibrant life, one without limitations. And the decision is in your hands. I'm here to guide you, not to offer miracles, but to show you the path that thousands have already walked with success. This journey may be challenging, but your desire to change is stronger than any obstacle. You can feel it inside, can't you? That feeling that refuses to let you give up, that deep longing to truly live again. Now picture yourself making the right choice. Picture yourself walking with confidence, smiling, living with energy. You have that strength, you have that courage, and we're here to help bring it all back to life.
Dr. David, many people listening to us right now have already heard the offer, the benefits, the testimonials.
Today, after 2 weeks, it was the first time in 3 years that I slept without pain.
That supplement didn't just bring relief, it gave me my grandfather back.
And if it worked for me, someone who's tried everything, it might work for anyone.
In 2 weeks, the nights changed. She slept peacefully, she stopped crying, she smiled again.
This is real. If you have someone in your life who's suffering, it's worth a try.
But it's completely natural for doubts and uncertainties to come up. Can you help us address the most common ones?
Of course, Lisa. And it's essential that we answer them so no one is left feeling unsure or afraid. Let's go through them.
One common question is, how long does it take to start feeling the effects?
Great question. Every body is different, but most people begin to notice relief within the first few weeks. These are gradual changes, and they only get better with continued use. It's like rebuilding a road. It doesn't happen overnight, but once the pavement is smooth again, everything flows better.
And there are people who've already tried so many treatments in the past. Can this vitamin really work for someone who's already given up?
Yes. What makes this approach different is that it goes straight to the root of the problem, which is the deficiency of the blue vitamin. It's a factor that many conventional treatments simply ignore. That's why this can produce results where other methods haven't worked.
Another question that comes up a lot is whether there are any side effects.
None. This product is 100% natural, manufactured with strict quality standards here in the US, with certifications that guarantee purity and safety. You're nourishing your body, not adding more unnecessary chemicals.
Speaking of safety, there's that 60-day guarantee, right?
Exactly. If after 60 days you haven't noticed improvement, we give your money back, no hassle. We want people to really have the chance to try it and feel the difference with no risk.
I know this isn't an easy decision, but it's a step toward your freedom.
And no one has to do it alone. We're walking this path together.
So, if you feel that desire for change, if you're ready to seek what your body truly needs,
now is the time.
The life you're longing for is within your reach.
Click the button and take the step toward your transformation.
Dr. David, it's truly inspiring to hear how Relief Zenith has already helped so many people.
Absolutely, Lisa. Every single day I receive messages from people whose lives have been completely transformed by Relief Zenith. They're going back to the things they love, gardening, walking, even traveling again. They're reconnecting with family, smiling again during the day, and sleeping through the night without that burning, stabbing nerve pain. And to me, that means everything. If you're watching right now and want to feel that kind of transformation in your own life, securing your supply of Relief Zenith is easy. Just click the button below and choose the kit that works best for you. If you can still access the checkout page and enter your details, that means we still have stock available.
And what would you say to those who are still hesitant or unsure about trying something new?
That's a great question, Lisa, and I completely understand that feeling. That's why we offer a risk-free 60-day guarantee with a full refund. You can try Relief Zenith, and if for any reason you don't feel a significant improvement, we'll refund every penny. Plus, we include free shipping on the 3 and 6 bottle kits, 2 exclusive digital guides, and even direct email access to me for personalized support during your journey.
That really helps break down a lot of barriers. You also mentioned something special, one final surprise.
Yes, Lisa, I love offering surprises, especially for those taking control of their health. And today, I have something very special for everyone who places any Relief Zenith order. It's not a mug, it's not a generic ebook, it's something even better, something that can boost your results even further. But I won't spoil the surprise here. As soon as you complete your order, you'll be redirected to it automatically. So keep an eye out for the instructions after checkout, because this surprise might just be the best part of your day.
That sounds exciting. Dr. David, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and this powerful discovery with us today.
It's been an honor, Lisa, and I truly hope those watching right now take advantage of this moment, because I can't promise this opportunity will remain available. This might be your only chance to restore what was lost and reclaim your life.
Don't wait. This might be the moment that changes everything. Click the button below now and start your journey with Relief Zenith. And before we wrap up, our team gathered some of the most frequently asked questions we've received today. Dr. Reed, can you help us answer a few?
Of course, I'd be happy to help.
First question. I've been taking Relief Zenith for less than 5 days and my nerve pain has already gone down a lot. Is that normal?
Yes, that's perfectly normal. Just like some people see faster results in the gym, some respond more quickly to Relief Zenith. If your body was missing what we call the blue vitamin, replenishing that can bring real, rapid relief.
Another one. They said shipping could take up to 5 days, but I got my order in just 2. Is that typical?
Yes, especially for those who choose the 6-bottle kit. We prioritize shipping for the most committed customers, so they often receive their bottles even faster than estimated.
And the results, can someone really experience lasting relief without changing their diet or lifestyle?
Absolutely. Relief Zenith works regardless of your diet, routine, or age, because it targets the root cause of pain, inflammation in the nerves caused by vitamin insulation loss, and that doesn't depend on your daily habits.
We also received a question from someone who ordered it for their mom. She's 68 and feeling better than ever after 28 days. They're asking, does Relief Zenith have any side effects or restrictions?
None at all. Relief Zenith is made with 100% natural, clinically studied ingredients with no harsh chemicals. It's safe, effective, and even beneficial for those without chronic pain, because it helps protect the nerves before problems begin.
And how does the ordering process work?
Very simple. Click the button below, Choose the right kit and complete your order. Our 6-bottle kit is the most popular because it provides 6 full months of treatment for just $49 per bottle with free shipping and all bonuses included.
What about payment security?
Totally secure. We use one of the largest and safest payment platforms in the US, the same ones trusted by major banks. Your information is 100% protected. You're in good hands.
And how long will this offer be available?
I wish I could say for a long time, but that's not the case. We're under pressure from major pharmaceutical groups that don't want natural solutions like Relief Zenith reaching the public. On top of that, sourcing the highest quality blue vitamin and maintaining US manufacturing standards limits how much we can produce at one time. Restocking takes 4 to 5 months, so when it's gone, it's not easy or quick to bring back. That's why I recommend secure your bottles now.
We're coming to the end of this episode of the RZ Healthcast. I truly hope you found information here that makes a real difference about this silent pain that so many people face and that you now understand a little better.
It's incredible how something so simple like the lack of one essential vitamin can trigger so many symptoms and so much suffering. But it's also inspiring to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel.
And remember, at this very moment, thousands of people are discovering this solution, but the number of bottles available is limited and they could run out at any time. If you know someone who's suffering, share this episode. You might be helping to save a life.
Exactly. Knowledge is powerful, and together we can break the silence that surrounds neuropathy.
Thank you so much for being with us today. Take care of yourself, value yourself, and don't forget, your health is your greatest asset. We'll see you in the next episode of the RZ Healthcast.
Hi, I'm Teresa Vaughn. I'm 58 years old, and for a long time, I thought I was going crazy because nobody believed me. I felt burning in my feet, shocks in my toes, that numbness that went up slowly, and the doctors said it was anxiety. Everything's fine in the tests. As if my pain was an invention, they told me to walk more, to breathe deeply, and I tried, but every day it got worse. Then a colleague from the old hospital where I worked told me about Relief Zenith. I thought, it's just another promise, but I decided to give it a try. It was natural, and I was tired of suffering. Today, after 2 weeks, it was the first time in 3 years that I slept without pain. The first full night, and I woke up with a will to live. If you're listening to this and you've been ignored, disbelieved, know this: your pain is real, and there is a solution. I'm the proof.
My name is Lucas Reed. I'm 28 years old and I'm a medical student, but today I'm here as a grandson. My grandfather Thomas is 82. He was always strong, playful, but over the last few months, all he complained about was pain. He said his feet felt like they were on fire. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't even walk to the bathroom without holding onto the walls. And look, even as a student, I felt powerless. I watched him take medication that didn't work, and I cried to my mother. That's when I saw an article about Relief Zenith. I saw that it was natural, with no side effects. I convinced him to try it. I swear I didn't expect much. But on the 10th day, he slept all night. He called me the next day. He said, "Lucas, I managed to get up on my own. No pain." Man, I was in shock. I've never seen him so happy in recent years. Today he's walking around the block again. He plays with his dog. I get emotional just remembering it because that supplement didn't just bring relief, it gave me my grandfather back.
Hi, I'm Emily Carter. I'm 35 years old, a mom, a teacher, and until recently, I thought only older people dealt with this kind of pain. But after the birth of my second child, everything changed. I started having numbness in my hands, burning in my legs, random shocks. They told me it was postpartum, that it would pass, but it didn't. And I felt awful because I couldn't run after the kids anymore or even write on the board without pain. It was my husband who found Relief Zenith. He saw an ad and said, "Should we give this a try?" I did, because I couldn't stand saying no to my kids when they wanted to play. And it was like turning the lights back on after months in the dark. Little by little, I came back. The pain started fading. The numbness disappeared. I could write again, climb stairs, sleep through the night. But the best part was when my daughter said, "Mommy's smiling again." That made it all worth it. If you're sitting there thinking it's too early in life to be in pain, don't wait for it to get worse. Relief is real. I found mine.
I'm Harold Thompson, 66 years old veteran. I'm not the type to make videos, no. But what this Relief Zenith stuff did for me, it's worth telling. I spent 4 years with heel pain, numbness in my legs, random shocks in my arms. I tried everything, even injections, nothing worked. They told me it was just age, that it was normal. Come on, no one deserves to live like that. My wife saw an ad for this supplement. I bought it, a bit skeptical, but I took it properly every single day. And look, after 15 days, the pain was gone, like someone flipped a switch. I started sleeping again. I stopped dragging my foot. Now I go out for walks. I don't know what's in that formula. All I know is it worked. And if it worked for me, someone who's tried everything, it might work for anyone. Just don't wait too long. Life doesn't wait.
My name is Sarah Mitchell. I'm 43 years old, and I've been looking after my mother for over 5 years. She has Alzheimer's, and she also suffered from constant pain in her legs. At night, she would wake up scared, saying she felt burning, tingling, and no one could tell her why. She would scream, tremble, and it was horrible to see. Because she was already suffering from forgetting who she was, and she was still suffering physically. We tried everything: doctors, ointments, strong medicines. Nothing helped. Then a friend told me about Relief Zenith. I didn't expect miracles, but I started giving it to her every day, and in 2 weeks, the nights changed. She slept peacefully. She stopped crying. She smiled again. She looked at me and said, "That was a peaceful night." It's priceless for carers to see someone they love at peace, and I know it was this supplement because nothing else has changed, only him, and that made all the difference for both of us.
Hi, I'm Mark Jefferson. I'm 41 years old, and this video isn't about me. It's about my father, Charles. He's 74, and about 2 years ago, he started to fade. At first, it was just complaints about his legs. Then came the numbness, the burning, the shocks, until he stopped leaving the house. He stopped smiling. He stopped being himself, and nothing helped. Doctors, tests, medications, nothing. I started looking on my own. I found a video about this supplement called Relief Zenith. I bought it and asked him to take it. I said, "Do this for me." He didn't believe it, but he took it, and man, 3 weeks later, he was mowing the lawn. He made his own coffee, slept through the night, and he called me laughing. After months, that's when I knew this is real. If you have someone in your life who's suffering, it's worth a try. Sometimes, the difference between living and just existing is simply finding what truly works.
Hi, my name is Brenda Miller. I'm 67 years old, and if you saw me a while ago, you'd think I was just another old lady complaining about life. But the truth is that I wasn't living anymore. I was just enduring. My feet felt like they were on fire inside. Some days I couldn't even get out of bed. It felt like stepping on glass, and nobody knew what it was. They told me to accept it, that it was age, but I didn't want to accept living like that. It was my daughter who found this Relief Zenith, a supplement, natural. And look, I'd already tried so many things that I couldn't believe it, but I did it for her. 2 weeks later, I felt my feet. For real. I stood up and it didn't hurt, and I cried because that hadn't happened for years. Today, I'm walking in the yard again, barefoot. I feel the grass, the ground. I feel alive. So, if you're watching this and you think it's too late for you, listen to someone who lived through it. There's still time.